it? What day of the week is it? Okay, listen. I am losing track of time. And losing track of time is not a bad thing when you ain't got no job. It's a bad thing though when you need to be creating your own income. So I can't be losing track of time. I need to be on top of time, but I think it's Tuesday. So happy Tuesday. We live, and the topic for today, hopefully I'm not like too up in y'all face in my little hat, okay? Didn't feel like putting my little puff up, so I said, you know what? Although I do have a couple of videos that I need to film today, I said, you know what? I'm gonna throw on this little hat that my husband gave me, and we're gonna pop on here, and I'll brush my hair up to do the videos later, or maybe I'll do the videos tomorrow. Who knows, right? Because your girl is losing track of time. Hey, see, may I hit my hat? How are you? Happy Tuesday. Can't even remember what day of the week it is, but we live. I'm here. So the topic for today is you gotta niche down. You gotta have a niche, however they pronounce it. And yes. Blessed and highly favored. Definitely good to be that way. Especially on a day like today where I don't even know it's Tuesday. So you gotta have a niche, and I don't care what the gurus tell you. I'm feeling snacky today. So I am having organic dried jackfruit. I saw these at Michael's, my first time going to Michael's. Not Michael's, what am I saying? My first time going to Home Goods. I saw these at Home Goods and I grabbed them, and they are so good. It is a chew, like you chew for a good 2 minutes, but it's really good. It's really good. So I'm having a snack today because I really didn't feel like showing up. But I said, you know what? You got to show up. You got to show up. So the topic today is you got to niche down. And this is something that I cover, in a little bit of detail in my ebook, Passion to Profits. And so that ebook is going to be tagged onto this video if you want to go ahead and grab yourself a copy. So far, the reviews have been amazing for that ebook. Literally, I poured so much into it. So I'm going to go ahead and read you all one of the reviews, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the importance of niching down and how it can benefit your business, right? And again, I don't care what the gurus say. If you want to fight me in the comments, fight me in the comments, but you got to have a niche. So here we go on one of the reviews on this ebook. So blessed to have customers who purchase and leave a review. It's always good to know that something is, impactful, or at least, room to improve, so that I can do better on my next ebook, because I'm in my ebook era, okay? I'm in my writing era. So this one says, excellent content, professionally presented, written in a relatable business terminology, right? So I'm not using terminology that you're not going to understand. It is super relatable. She says, I walked away with the feeling that Shanice cared, and I do, and wanted me to create and manage my business successfully, and I do. And she said, I felt inspired. Thank you. Listen, okay, made my whole day reading that review. So that review is actually on ShaniceDKDesigns.com, because y'all, I have this ebook listed on 2 websites. So Shanice DK Designs is the original website. Now I'm doing the rebranding, so I also have it on Shanice on Biz. So I haven't really gotten to the point of transferring over the product reviews as yet. So this review is on Shanice DK Designs. Just a disclaimer if you don't see it when you go to my new Shopify. But yeah, so good. So niching down is something that I cover in this book. And what I cover is helping you to find your unique selling proposition, right? So, what do you have to offer? What's the thing that you bring to the market that can really cause an impact, a positive impact, and an impact that's going to result in sales for you, right? So, that is something that I cover along those same lines. In order to have that, in order to have a unique selling proposition, in order to have something that you have that's valuable, you need to be in a specific area. Yes, we all love a good generalist, right? It's great to know how to do lots of different things. And you're going to need to do lots of different things in your business. But in terms of what you're selling, in terms of what you're offering, that needs to be very clear. Because how this world of online business works is you need to find a problem and you need to solve the problem, right? You need to either solve a problem that's already existing or point out a problem that people don't even know that they have, and then you solve that problem, right? That's how e-commerce is working these days. It's not how it's always worked, right? But that's kind of how it's working these days. We're not all Publixes. We're not Walmart. People aren't coming to your store searching for lots of different things, right? There is so much content being put out online today. So you need to find out, how are you going to stand out? What you have to offer, what's going to make that thing different than everything that's already there. Yes, lots of people like to think about things being new and, different. Nothing is new under the sun. Absolutely nothing. Nothing is new under the sun. So, how can you use that to your advantage? So, now that you understand that nothing is new, what you need to do is put your spin on something that's already there, right? And that's your unique selling proposition. That's your niche. That's the lane that you are going to create for yourself. Let's take a practical example. Sticky notes. I didn't invent sticky notes. How long have sticky notes been around? They've been around, I don't even know how long. And I'm not even going to look it up because it's been a long time, right? So I didn't invent the sticky note. I wasn't even the first one to customize sticky notes, to put unique designs on there. However, I found a niche. I found a lane. I found something that people wanted, even though I can even say they needed it, even though they didn't know that they needed it. I put my spin on an existing product and it seemed like it was something new. I have lots of people who say, I've never seen that before, didn't know that existed. Well, here you go, right? Is it a whole brand new product? No. Is it a new spin on an existing product that's already doing well? Yes. So if you think about t-shirts, people will tell you, it's oversaturated, it's this, it's that. No, you can very much launch a t-shirt shop today and make lots of money. Why? Because you are going to do what? You're going to niche down. You're not going to just be selling random t-shirts, right? You're going to be selling a specific t-shirt for a specific person. And in order to do that, you need to know who that person is, right? You got to know who that person is. And so in my ebook, I do have resources that's going to help you to do that. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. I do have some amazing resources that's going to help you to do that in the ebook. So there are journal prompts. And one of my customers even said to me, hey, I've been working on a business plan. And I'm now able to revise my business plan based on some of the journal prompts that you included in this ebook. So this is to say that what you're going to be learning in the ebook is really like a simplified masterclass on how to start an online business. It says how to make your first $100 online, because I literally want you to think that basic. Once you master the basics, you are able to grow. You are able to pivot. And that's a necessary part of the journey as well. So and I'm going to use myself as an example. I didn't start out doing coaching. No, and this is also niching and kind of building on that. And I also cover that a bit in the ebook. So from my personal journey, I started out talking about locks. How to start your locks, how to grow your locks, how to maintain your locks. I had a whole blog, a whole business on starting and growing locks. I was like, how am I going to make some money off of this? I've been posting content on this blog. This blog is not making me any money. I have to be paying hosting fees. I have to be paying, moving my website because I started on WordPress. I had to be moving my website, learning all type of different things about websites. And I'm like, this blog is not paying me any money. It's not sustainable because although it's my passion, sometimes your passion costs you, right? And that's something I cover in the ebook too, From Passion to Profits. Sometimes your passion is going to cost you some money. And so I needed to find a way to monetize that blog. And so I said, you know what? Let me do a little bit of market research, something I cover in the ebook as well. Very important. I chose to do my market research by offering a free product. I'm saying, you know what? If people download this product, it tells me that they need more than what's on my website, right? Because I had a blog, I had a bunch of articles on, growing locks, and I'm like, if they download this, then this is letting me know that they need something more. Right now I haven't worked on that blog in like 2 years, and that blog is literally still bringing in traffic. It is still bringing in AdSense revenue because I have some ads on there, and it is literally still bringing in people on that email list, right? So they downloaded. I was like, you know what? I got 100 downloads on this product. I can sell something. I took the same information from that ebook, from that free ebook, added some prompts, added some lines, added some pictures, and I turned it into a workbook. So the free ebook has the information, but now you have to pay for the workbook that's going to help you to make this more practical, apply it to you. I just had a comment because I'm trying to revive that blog. I'm like, girl, don't be wasting all this hard work. So I just saw a comment on my old Instagram. That Instagram almost has 2,000 followers right now because I had completely stopped posting on there. I just saw a comment. Somebody said, thank you so much for putting out this journal. I was able to take care of my locks. And now that my locks have grown longer, I went back and I was rereading some of my entries, and it just made me feel so good. And I wanted to tell you, thank you for putting it out there. Right? So sometimes it's just one person that would make you feel like, you know what I did is valuable. You don't need to get a million orders. You just need to change one life. And that's how we need to start looking at things, right? So that's where I started. You did it in reverse. So you put out your product first. Let me know more about that. So that's where I started talking about locks. And then, as I said, I created, the free product, which led me to create the paid product, which was digital at the time. Once I saw that people were downloading that digital file, I was like, I wonder if this would be good as a physical product. And that's how I ended up on Amazon KDP, because I had this digital product and I'm like, you know what, maybe I can reach more people if I have this as a physical product. So I ended up putting the Locked Hair Care Journal on to KDP. You know what else I did? Started this YouTube channel, right? Because I'm on KDP now. I'm like, I'm uploading books. I'm trying to figure this whole KDP thing out. So now I'm like, I'm gonna go on YouTube and track the journey, right? So now I'm on YouTube sharing about how I'm, getting started on KDP and all that type of good stuff. So now that I'm on KDP, I'm like, I'm not just gonna stop at this one journal, right? So pivoting a little bit here, I started posting more journals and more journals and more different types of things on KDP. Been doing that for a while. Then I'm like, this could be an even bigger brand. Don't think small. You know what I mean? Don't think small. As I said, once you make that first $100, which is what I'm teaching you in the ebook, once you make that first $100, now your brain is going to be like, if 1 + 1 = 2, then 2 + 2 = 4, right? So your brain is already figuring things out. How can I level this up? How can I keep this going? How can I grow this thing? And it may not be in the same lane, right? So you may start out talking about tech and turn into makeup. Who knows, right? Sometimes you have to let the journey take you where it's taking you. Some people find success by growing and building in one niche, right? And keeping that. Some people find success by layering, by adding things on as they grow. Either way, majority of us are starting at the same place. We're starting at this thing that we are interested in, this thing that we're passionate about. And this is how you're going to build. This is how you're going to get community. This is how you are going to grow. And then as you grow, you can add things on, and that's perfectly fine. So I started talking about locks, move into now I have a whole stationery business, right? Because I done published this journal, it's doing well. I'm publishing more journals. I'm like, what if the same women who wanted my locked hair care journal can now see themselves on a sticky note? What? What? You know what I mean? So it's like you're adding on all these things. You're like, you know what? Maybe the same people who purchase this, because the reason you're purchasing a locked hair care journal is because you want to grow your locks. But it's also because there is something tied to having locks that a lot of people haven't overcome, right? Remember, locks is coming from a place where people wouldn't even talk to you if you had locks, right? You couldn't even go to church if you had locks. My grandfather went, they profiled him, almost sent him to jail because he had some locks. So these are the same people who want to be seen. Right? So you're doing the research, you're learning about your target audience, and you're building. As they grow, you grow, right? And that's literally what I did with the business. It got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I can't put all of this under the same name. Let me go create a new brand, Shanice DK Designs. Boom. Now we are here. Can you create an ebook workbook? It would be a digital download. So you can call it an ebook if you want, but sometimes when people think about ebooks, they think about things that can be like read on Kindle or something like that. But if you call it just like a digital download, then you're able to kind of brand it in that way. So then it could work on something like GoodNotes, right? So on your iPad, you can kind of write on that file using GoodNotes, or if you make it editable, they can kind of type on it using like just on your computer, like Adobe or something like that. So it's just kind of how you would phrase it so that people know that this is something that they can write on and it's interactive or something like that. Hey, Angel, what's up? What's up? So Shanice DK Designs was born from that same passion of locks, and now I'm in a new lane. I'm doing different things now. And I did Shanice DK Designs for a long time. I had huge success with Shanice DK Designs. And I was actually on the phone with a friend yesterday, and she's been wanting to start this business. And I'm like, listen to me, this is my job. Yeah, we're friends, but next time you call, I'm gonna charge you. I'm like, next time you call, I'm going to charge you, because this is what people call me for. People call me when they want to talk about business. So she's trying to figure out what is she good at. I'm like, I call you when I need somebody to listen, because I'm not good at listening. I'm not great at listening. I talk a lot. Sometimes when you talk a lot, you don't really listen as much as you need to, but you listen. So when I need somebody to listen, I call you. And she's like, I can't, how am I going to get paid for listening? I'm like, you could go buy my ebook, and my ebook is going to tell you how to get paid for listening. You know what I mean? And that's literally what I said to her on the phone. And she went ahead and she purchased the ebook because she understood what I was saying, So don't be shy to charge your friends. If your business is listening, you should be charging them for that. It's what you're doing in your business. You can't just be giving away everything for free. That's not how we do things, right? So that's another way that you can find. If you're struggling to find out what you're good at, if you're multi-passionate, you're struggling to find out where you fit in, talk to the people in your life. What are they asking you for, right? Are they asking you to build them websites? Are they asking you to help them set up a social media profile? Are they asking you to help them with studying? Are they asking you, hey, can I have some food? Maybe you're good at cooking, So think about the things that people are already asking you for. And so in the ebook, and I'm gonna give you all this one for free. So if this is helpful for you, go ahead and purchase my ebook and support my business. But 2 questions that you really need to ask yourself. What are you good at? And again, you can find people in your life who can help you to answer this question. So this is for the people who are struggling with finding an offer. You're struggling with what do I have to offer? What are you good at? Right? What are you good at? What are you willing to do? Very important. You need to answer both questions. Because if you're good at crocheting, but you are not willing to sit down and crochet clothes for other people, don't start a crochet business. Think about another way that you can monetize that skill, because there are a number of different ways. And I give you 15 of them in that ebook. So maybe you don't want to sit down and crochet a bunch of clothes for people, but maybe you enjoy teaching other people how to crochet. So you're taking that same passion and you're monetizing it in a way that is going to serve you, in a way that you feel good about. Not because you see everybody selling crochet outfits mean that that's the lane for you, right? So you have to find what's going to work for you. So make sure to answer those two questions. What are you good at and what are you willing to do? So after all of my time in business, started talking about locks, moving to selling stationery, did well, had huge success. I had this YouTube channel. People on YouTube saw something that I was good at. They saw that I was good at business. They saw that I was good at creating products and getting those products sold. So people started asking me, hey, Shanice, how did you do this? How did you arrive at this? How did this happen? I'm like, oh, so you mean to tell me that I can add this layer on? You mean to tell me that I enjoy talking about business and I can keep doing that? Okay, I'm going to try that. And here I am trying that. And so far, it's been great. So far, I've been really enjoying it. So, saying all this to say, yes, yes, you need to niche down. I don't care what the gurus say. You gotta have a niche. Or a niche, whatever you call it. You gotta have one. Do you need to stay there forever? No. Do I recommend staying there in that niche and boxing yourself in forever? No. I recommend starting here and adding on the different layers as you grow and develop. And if you watch some of the people online, even the gurus who keep telling people to not niche down and oh, don't box yourself in, their niche is to tell you not to niche down. Their niche is literally to tell you not to box yourself in. That is because guess what? When you go to their profile, what are they talking about? They're talking about telling you not to niche down, right? Are they talking about what they ate for dinner? No. What their cat's doing? No. They're not talking about none of that stuff. They're talking about telling you not to niche down, right? So the people who are telling you these things are literally not doing what they're saying. And you can't trust people like that. You can't trust people who are telling you to do something that they're not doing or they've never done. At least for me. I I I I can't do it, right? So definitely need to have a niche. And if you look at some of the bigger people online, let's talk about Tabitha. Let's look at Tabitha. Love her. Love everything she does. Did she niche down? Yes, she did. What did she start talking about? Food. What type of food? Vegan food specifically, right? So not even just food, not even just recipes, but vegan food, vegan recipes. As her brand grew, she's like, "Oh, I have this awesome personality. I can take this to another level." And what she took it to another level, right? So now she started adding on all these layers as she grew. But let's not forget that niching down was how she got there, right? The vegan food was what caused her to stand out because people are like, and that's not even, if you really think about it, and I don't want to, I can't speak for her, but from what I've heard and seen and listened, it seems like that wasn't even her passion. It seemed like she wanted to be an actress. It seemed like sis was trying to be a star. And perhaps it was hard, right? Perhaps she couldn't get to the level that she wanted to get to. So she had to create another lane for herself. And guess what? By niching down and talking about vegan food and sharing her journey and her honesty, she was able to add on all the layers and get the other things that who knows if she would have ever gotten there? Who knows if she would have ever been the star that she is had she not done that? And I think a couple days ago she posted, it might not be a couple days, listen, I'd be messing up time. This might be a week or 2 weeks or even a month or a couple of months ago, whenever, some time ago, she posted a repost of the video that caused her to go viral. It was like a food burger video, like a vegan burger video or something like that. And she was basically saying that this is what caused her career to take off. Right. So even for her, she's like, this is a pivotal moment in my journey, going on this. And I think that's kind of what her new book is about. I did a new thing where she went on this new vegan diet or this vegan challenge that literally changed her life. So you have to find what is that for you. And it may not be the thing that you're passionate about, right? It may be that it could just be something that you're interested in for a little while or something that you're doing that you are able to kind of tap into. Another example that I can think of, and as I think of the example, it's literally floating out of my brain. I don't know if that has ever happened to you where you have the example in your brain and it just literally feels like it's trying to float out of your brain. And it did. I don't remember the second example that I had, but I had one. Another example. Y'all probably don't even know this person, but Jake Paul. Let's use Jake Paul as an example. I feel like Jake Paul started out his YouTube channel talking about like pranks. And now this guy is a whole MMA fighter, right? So if you are a content creator and you're on a platform like YouTube, you need to niche down. Don't stay there forever, right? Because we've seen the people who stay there in that niche, sometimes your audience grows and leaves you behind. But if you keep adding things on, Kai Cenat is also a great example, on a more recent example, because Kai Cenat also started out doing pranks. Right. So he started out doing pranks and he pivoted a couple of times, right? Moving from one platform to the next, streaming, doing all type of thing. And now I don't even know if he does pranks anymore. I think now he just hops on his computer and talks and goofs around. But he started off doing pranks, which was his niche. So don't listen to the people who are trying to, and I hate it every time I go online and people are like, oh, don't niche down, you're boxing yourself in. Mm-mm. You need to, and you need to find what makes you unique and what's going to make you stand out. So that's my ebook, you guys. I didn't give away everything that's in there. I promise. There's still a bunch of gems for you to to get. So if you're still here and you have any questions, we're gonna move into questions. If you have any, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna read one last review, and then if you have a question, you can drop it. If not, then I'll see whatever other random thing pops into my brain, and then we'll pop off of here, and y'all can have a great day. So the last review here says, so many gems are in this. If you want to make money or extra money and don't know where to start, please get this guide. Be open to learn and ready to apply what's been read. She says, I'm ready to get to work. Listen, that's how I want you to feel after you read this ebook. I want you to feel like, I am ready to get to work. And there's a step-by-step checklist in there so that you are able to get to work and not feel like, oh my gosh, what's the first step? The first step is literally there for you. Everything is laid out. Listening to you just gave me confirmation. I am finishing up my ebook. The ebook will be free. I created 5 different self-love trackers and I wanted to have that separate. Charge a small fee for the self. Listen, of course, definitely. And you could even do one for free and purchase the rest. You could definitely do that. Whatever you feel like you're being led to do, go ahead and do that. Because listen, creating is a lot of work. Creating is a lot of work. So you have to be able to monetize some of the things that you are creating, because it really is a lot of work, and we can't really take the passion to the bank. You know what I mean? And if you're doing something that you want to be a business, this is your business, right? So definitely offer some things for free. We definitely have to offer value for free for sure. But at the end of the day, you're running a business, and that's just how this world, that's how it works, In hours, yeah, definitely. Definitely, especially if you have a 9 to 5. Listen, I'm not too far from the 9 to 5. I didn't forget. It's a lot of hours. You go to work, you come home from work, you eat a little bit of dinner, and you're immediately sitting down at your computer, creating and creating and creating. So it's a lot. It's a lot. And we're not doing this for nothing. It's not like, there are some people who they just come online for fun. That's their pastime. But for a lot of us, this isn't our pastime. This is something that we want to create for a business, because I don't know your situation, but maybe the checks at the job ain't hitting the way they need to be hitting, right? Everybody wants to have a certain quality of life. Maybe the checks ain't hitting the way they need to hit, right? So you need to find something else. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. So it was a lot for me. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine it was a lot for you to create. Creating products is a lot, creating is a lot. And yeah, you have to try. That's why I tell people all the time, charge what you want. I know it may sound like a snobby response, but charge what you want. When I first created the vendors list, right? I knew a lot of people wanted the vendors list, because a lot of people would ask me, Shanice, where do you print your sticky notes? Where do you get your? A lot of people wanted the vendors list. And when I first created it on my website, I put $7. I put $7 and I hit publish on the vendors list. And I don't know what happened, but something in me was just like, girl, what? You spent, do you know how long you spent looking for these vendors? The trial and error you went through to find the vendors, to put this book together? And it's so much more than a vendors list. And I said, you know what? I gotta triple that. I gotta triple that. So I went back and I edited the listing. I'm like, I gotta triple it. I can't, it's not gonna be $7. And I ended up at, I think, $23. And I'm like, $23 feel fair. It feels like this is what it's worth. And did people not, they sure purchased it. They sure purchased it. And I haven't had, people aren't gonna complain about your price. People aren't going to complain about your price. If you're on a platform where it's super competitive and you want to edge out the competition, then definitely you need to pay a little bit more attention to the price. Like if you're selling your books on Amazon, you're not going to really find success just off of Amazon and the traffic off of Amazon if your book is $25, $30. In my experience, it's not going to happen. You have to either be really good, or you are having this traffic come from somewhere else. But just a random person just randomly purchasing your book over $25, no. Mm-mm. And you know what's going to happen? Excuse me. What's going to happen is you're going to have your $25 book and somebody's going to copy it and sell it for $5. That's what's going to happen. That's literally what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. But if you're selling something on your own website, charge what you want. Because when you think about it, if I was charging $7, right, I would need to sell 3 ebooks just to make the $21. I would need to sell 3. But if I charge it at $20 something, I just need 1. So that's something else you need to think about too, because the lower you price your items, the more you need to sell. And sometimes when we're starting online businesses, and sometimes when we are selling products, we don't think about it like that. We don't think about the traffic that you need to drive in order to get this amount of money each month. And I was also talking about this with my friend on the phone yesterday. A lot of people like results, In my business, I've been trying to move away from putting like on my videos, make $1,000 each month. I've really been trying to to not do that. And I know it's going to impact my clicks because people like results, right? It's like I worked out for 30 days. Nobody cares about that. I lost 10 pounds working out for 30 days. Everybody cares about that. And it's like a lot of times you're not going to get the same results. You're not going to get the same results. And your process is going to be completely different, right? But people like to hear results. They like to see results. And nothing is wrong with that. But at some point, we have to understand that the level of work is still going to be there. It's still going to be there. There's always going to be that element that you can't control. There's always going to be a level of things just don't, I don't know. I think y'all get what I'm saying. But that's something I've been trying to do on my channels. I've been trying to move away from that type of thing. But I posted a video the other day, a print on demand video, and I'm saying we see a lot of people selling t-shirts. A lot of people aren't even making any big profit on t-shirts. A lot of people aren't making any huge profit on t-shirts because you're not pricing your things correctly. So online, I want to say the average conversion rate, let me not misquote this. Let me see. What's the average conversion rate for e-commerce? Because it's going to be a little bit different for yes, websites are key, 100%. It's going to be a little bit different for e-commerce. So the average conversion rate is 2.5 to 3%. 2.5 to 3% is the average conversion rate. So if you get, what's that? If you get 100 people on your site, y'all, I'm bad at math. If you get 100 people on your website each day, what's that? 2.5 of them? Is that like 2.5 of them that's going to possibly purchase from you? Did I not do that math correctly? Let me know the math on that, right? So if the average conversion rate is 2.5%, you need to be pricing your items with that in mind, because now this is the amount of traffic that you need to drive just to see if this amount of people would even convert. Like on my Etsy, I feel like my Etsy conversion rate is about 2%. So just think about the amount of traffic, the amount of eyes, the amount of impressions that I need to get just to make a sale. When you think about things like that, you start to understand why things like running ads is so important, why things like social media is so important, because the goal is to increase your exposure. The goal is to get in front of as many people as possible, because you realize or you recognize that not everybody that sees your product is going to purchase, right? Not everybody that sees your product is going to purchase. And so you have to try to increase your reach as much as possible and in as many ways as possible if you are looking to be successful. A lot of people I've been seeing, I don't know, let me know if y'all have been seeing this thing. Have you guys been seeing people selling this roadmap course? It's like a course and the cost of it is like $497, I want to say. I think it's like $490, so $400 and something dollars. Let me know if y'all have been seeing people selling this roadmap course. Or is it just on my timeline? Let me know. And I'm eating jackfruit, organic dried jackfruit. It's such a chew. Like you have to chew this like 500 times before it's but I love jackfruit. You have not. Okay, cool. So maybe it's just, in my spaces. But there's this course. It's a digital, you have, hey Nina. When I opened my online shirt store, they had a sheet I would have to make for each purchase. A sheet, like a order sheet, like an order form. Yeah, so there's this course going around. It's an what is it called? Master Resale Rights, MRR course. So basically, the idea is you purchase this course for $497. It's a digital marketing course. You take the course, and then you have 100% rights to resell that course, right? So I think master resale rights is, it's not really 100% new, but it's definitely becoming more popular. How I like to think about it is that it's a, I don't know what's the most popular one to mention, but like Avon. Y'all know Avon? Is this showing that I'm not, I'm from the islands here? But y'all know like Avon. I think maybe like Live Good or Live Well is another one of those companies. But you know, these companies where you purchase the products and then you go around and you can sell the product and you can get other people to sign up. It's almost like a pyramid scheme. It's almost like a pyramid scheme. So that's what this course is. It's almost like a pyramid scheme. So a lot of people have been promoting this $497 course, and a lot of people seem to be purchasing it. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm saying, you're putting in $497 on this digital marketing course simply because people are selling you their results. So the types of videos that you would see advertising this course is, are videos like, I made $10,000 last night and I'm going to teach you how. Or I made $100,000 in 10 days and I'm going to teach you how. So the course is selling the results. And that is where it kind of feels inauthentic. You know what I mean? Because even if I purchase the exact same course, there's nothing to say that I'm going to make what you make. And furthermore, Avon. and furthermore, it's like, if all of us purchase the course, who's going to be left to buy it? You know what I mean? But I guess the question is, let me know, how do you all feel about reselling a digital product that somebody else created? Like, let me know. Let me get an idea of how we feel about that. How do you feel about reselling a digital product that somebody else creates? So not like an affiliate, not like, you are reselling the exact product. You can't make any edits to the product. You have to resell the product exactly as is. Exactly as is. And you get the same profit. So if you paid $20 for it, you have to resell it for $20 and you can't make any changes to it. How do you guys feel about selling that? I couldn't do it because I'm like, I'm putting in all this work and the product isn't even mine. I don't know. I just kind of feel a little, I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way, but I've definitely been looking into it. I'm just like, is this even a thing? Like, would somebody even really purchase just a random $497 course just because I said I made $2,000 last night selling it? No. Okay. Well, we on the same lines. It doesn't make sense to me. Pyramid. That's what I'm saying. It's given pyramid scheme. It's given pyramid scheme. I've been on Reddit. I'm just like, because I'm just so curious. Because I'm always trying to like stay on top of what's happening in the digital marketing space. So that's one of the latest things that's been happening in digital marketing. And I'm just like, y'all putting a bad rep on digital marketing. Y'all gonna make it a little harder for me to sell my course, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if everybody else is like, I made this amount of money doing this, you know what I mean? It's just like, who are you to just be like, how much did you make doing this? You're trying to tell me about it. I don't know, but so that's the latest in digital marketing and kind of the latest in how I'm restructuring my business. Right. Certain things can feel misleading. And that's like, the more I'm doing like YouTube and the more I'm making videos, just sharing ways to make money online, it's the more I see how this can go from something completely authentic to something completely scammy. Let me just say that. It could move from authentic and honest to scam in like 2 seconds. Because I think pyramid schemes are like pyramid schemes aren't like 100% scammy, but it's definitely up there. So I'm trying my best to remain honest and authentic. And so one of the ways I'm doing that is to make sure that I'm not putting out videos saying, like, if I'm going to share about how much you can make or how much can be made, I'm going to share my personal experience. So it's going to be, I made this, right? I'm not saying you are going to make that. I'm just saying, hey, it is possible to find success doing this. Because I feel like when you share it from that approach, you are being authentic because you're sharing your experience. And I feel like sharing our experiences, it's valuable. But I'm not gonna say make 2,000 a month selling puzzle books. I've never made any money selling puzzle books. I can show you how to create a puzzle book. I can let you know that other people are finding success selling puzzle books, but I've never made any money selling puzzle books. So I can't talk about how much, you know what I mean? I don't have firsthand experience on that. So just something that I don't know how it's going to affect the click-throughs, but I've been like going back, and wherever I had a thumbnail that I felt like, I don't know, I'm going back and I'm changing things because I want to be as authentic as possible. And I want to teach the skills that you need to master, the strategies you need to do this. I can't guarantee any results. Nobody can, besides God. And I ain't God. I ain't even close. I'm very far from it. So, so I can't promise any results. Love your content. Much future success to you. Thank you so much. Hey. They're not being, yeah, it definitely give that vibe sometimes. Definitely. And it's a weird line because a lot of people talking about, oh, I made this amount selling digital products. They're making that money because they're telling you they made this money selling the digital product. So you're going to go ahead and purchase the digital product. But that's literally how they're able to tell you that they're making this money, is because you're purchasing the same digital product that's helping them to make that money. Which, if I'm being quite honest, it's quite smart. Yeah, it's a smart marketing strategy. It's smart because the more I tell you that I'm successful at this thing, is the more that results part of your brain is going to be like, okay, this is the result. I can get this. I can do this, and then you're gonna feel. Because I've had people in my coaching calls who tell me all the time, like, you paid. Imagine this scenario. You paid, like, at the time I was charging $55. You paid $55 to come talk to me. And you're going to sit down in my session and tell me how you paid thousands of dollars for some course that didn't work. So you want to make sure that what I have to share is the real. No, go to the people that you paid the thousands of dollars, because you only paid me 55. You only paid me 55. So a lot of times in the sessions when, if somebody starts out and they say that, I'm always kind of like, well, did you apply the knowledge that you gained from the course? Because like it's online, like working online and running an online business, it gets tricky. You know what I mean? And because a lot of people want results, sometimes they come to you in a consulting or a coaching session, and they're expecting results that you can't give. And one, I don't think it's fair to put that on anyone. But I do understand if it's a person who's marketing these results to you. If you're marketing that I can make $1,000 or $10,000 doing this one thing, and it's been a year and I haven't even made $200, I'm definitely going to feel like, I'm gonna feel like you did something a little shady there. But if I'm saying, come and talk to me and I can answer your questions, that's a whole different ball game. So it's always interesting when I hear like people come to my sessions and they're always saying like, I bought this course and it didn't help. I didn't learn anything. I wasn't able to do this. But another part of that is that we can get information like every day, all day? Is that going to result in success? Or is that going to result in profits? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can tell you everything that I did, and if you never do it, how are you going to be successful? People do not understand that everything is work. Yes, everything is work. Like literally everything is work. And that's why I've also been trying to move away from this idea of passive income. It sounds good in theory, I like to think that it's passive income. But then when I think about all the, like even my YouTube channel, when I think about all the work I gotta be putting in on, like I've been on live talking to y'all for 49 minutes. That's work. It's not passive. Even if later on today I get a couple of cents from YouTube from this video, it's not passive. It's not passive. You know what I mean? Yesterday I was working on my YouTube video and I spent like 7 hours between filming, editing, uploading, coming up with the idea. It was about 7 hours that I spent coming up with, doing that's not passive. It's not passive. It's not passive at all. It's not. Putting your books on KDP, it's not passive. Yeah, you don't have to keep working on it, but you had to put some work in before you got it uploaded. A lot of people, it takes them a good couple hours to work on a book, from coming up with the idea, getting the cover done, or maybe you even paid for the cover. Like, it's nice and fun to say, oh, you're earning passive income, but thinking that you're earning passive income is one thing that could possibly stop you from earning income. Because you thinking it's so passive, you're not understanding the level of work that you actually need to put in, to get some sales. And I see a lot of people online now, like talking about kind of like how fast they earned or how fast they made this and that. And when I actually go back and look at some of their journeys, they literally started their business so long ago. They probably just pivoted to something new and different, kind of like what I'm doing. Realistic on top. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be overnight. It's like, my coaching and consulting business is new. That's new. But I've been doing things online since 2019. Since 2019. That's a long time. You know what I mean? That's a long time. People are not good stories, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not, Sometimes they're not. But listen, it's been a whole conversation. Don't even know how we get here, but connecting it to say, you got to niche down, which is what we started talking about. Really, really important that you do that. And you got to be realistic. You got to niche down and you got to be realistic. Yes, it's great to look at results. Results let you know that this is possible. You know what I mean? And when you know it's possible, you can literally get into go mode because it's possible. Is it possible to make a whole bunch of money selling your books? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's possible. Is it possible to make a whole bunch of money selling digital products? It sure is. Can you launch an ebook today and people purchase? Yes, they can. Is it easy? Absolutely not. It's absolutely not easy. Is it passive? I'm going to say it's not passive because you got to put a whole lot of work into it. You got to put a whole lot of work writing the book. You got to put a whole lot of work marketing the book. And it never really stops. The work to create the ebook stops, but the marketing of it never stops, right? Which is why I'm on here right now saying, hey, if you are looking to get started selling products online, if you're looking to start an online business, if you are not sure where to start, if you have a passion that you're looking to monetize, then I do have an ebook. It's called From Passion to Profits. And I can guarantee you that it's going to simplify things for you and help you get started. Can I guarantee that you're going to make a whole bunch of money after you read the book? Absolutely not. But it is going to be an essential starting point, especially if you are struggling to clarify your offer or if you are struggling to get started because you don't know where to start. So every time I come on here, I have to be marketing something, because if I don't market something, then I can't do this anymore. Right? If I don't come on here talking about my products and how you can benefit from them, then I can't come on here anymore because they're gonna turn off my electricity. I'm not gonna have any computer. I'm not gonna have any computer to talk to y'all. They're gonna cut off my phone bill. They're gonna turn off my internet. I'm not gonna have any water to take a shower. I won't be able to eat my little jackfruit, you know? So that's just life, you know? Because if I was living in another time, I wouldn't be on here. I would be outside climbing the jackfruit tree and picking the jackfruit myself and cutting it and pouring some salt on it and trying to preserve it so that I can eat it later. And then when it goes bad, I would go back outside and find more jackfruit to eat. But now we are living in modern times where you sell things and buy things, and you do that over and over again until you get to a better place where you don't have to, and you can just sit down. And I don't even know what we're gonna do when we get to the better place. I don't know what it's gonna be like, but maybe it'll be fun, you know. But yeah, so usually when I see that I'm at 55 minutes, I'm like, and maybe I should try to get to an hour. That's always my goal. When I talk for almost an hour, I'm like, I can get to an hour. You guys have any questions? I don't think anything else random is popping into my head right now. But if you have a question, I'd love to answer it. And these jackfruit, dry jackfruit, it's really good if you ever want to try it. I got it at Home Goods. Home Goods. If you don't have any questions, I'm probably going to still sit down for 5 minutes. But, if you think of a question later, you can always ask, anywhere on my channel. I'll try to respond to comments. How did you find setting up e-commerce store? What do you mean? What do you mean? I have a video on setting up my first store, which was on WooCommerce using WordPress and Hostinger. I've been saying Hostinger. And I don't remember what I was listening to when they said Hostinger. I think it was an ad. I was in my video saying Hostinger, and then the ad came on and it said Hostinger. And I'm like, great. Such hard work. Yeah. If you need someone to set up your e-commerce store for you, I can do that. I can so do that for you. And my rate is not bad. I actually only charge $180. So transparent pricing. So if you're looking for someone to set up your e-commerce store, my rate is $180, and I set it up with 5 products for you. If you want to, you can email me. I'm going to send you my email. Let me mute my computer. Or I can teach you how to do it, like in a one-on-one session. So you can email me, let me know which option you prefer, or you can watch the video on my YouTube channel, because that's there too. It's set up now, but very hard work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's definitely a lot of work. But you know what? If I'm a DIY person, I like doing things myself. So if you're a DIY person, just take your time. Just take your time with it. If you're, if not, then you could get somebody else to do it. I'm still going to put my email in the chat. Just in case. But yeah, I'm on Shopify now. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate Shopify. I needed to enable so people could leave me product reviews, and I had to install a whole plugin just to get somebody to leave me a product review. Shopify is not my fave. I don't like it one bit. Yes. I look out for your email. But yeah, slow and steady, you'll get there. I'm approaching that 1 hour. Look at God. But yeah, I'm about to spend the rest of the day fixing up my old blog because, oh my gosh, and this could get into a whole other conversation. I forgot what I said. Why'd you say why? I forgot what I said. I forgot. I don't remember what I said. But yeah, I'm about to spend the rest of my day fixing up my old blog because I realized that I'm missing out on some opportunities here, and I don't want to miss out on any opportunities. So I'm going to change it up, add some new articles on there, get a whole new theme. Oh, why I don't like Shopify. Because there's a lot, it seems like you need to install a lot of different apps to get certain functionalities. And a lot of the apps that you install, they do have like a free trial, but it's not a free trial. They do have a free version, but it's just that it's a free version, which means that if you need to do more, you're going to need to pay another monthly fee. So to me, it feels like you sign up for Shopify, you're thinking, okay, this is going to be $39 each month. But then you start to realize that if you want your store to function well, it's not going to be $39. It's going to be 39 plus 15, plus 15, plus 15, plus 15, plus 15. I don't like things like that. I don't like things like that. It's almost like with TurboTax. You know how they had this little suit against TurboTax because they sell you this, oh, file your taxes for free. But in reality, you get in there to file your taxes and it's actually not free. It's actually not, you have to you have to pay all these little extra fees and, and I feel like the people who were trying to sue TurboTax, I feel like they won because I feel like the court was like, yeah, you should not be doing that. So that's kind of how I feel about Shopify. I don't know, but I'm using it now because I can connect it to my YouTube and I'm testing that for the next 30 days. So although it's a little hard because I can't see if people clicked a link from my video description or if they clicked the tag. I don't know if you guys can see it now, but when I came on live, I added a tag to the ebook so that I can be talking about the ebook and you can like see the ebook and then you could click to purchase the ebook. However, I don't know if people on YouTube do that. Like, I don't know if people on YouTube click the link, click the icon to go purchase, or if they prefer to like go to your video description and kind of click from there. So I'm trying to figure that out, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. I'll definitely report back. So far, it's been good though. I've gotten a couple of sales from YouTube on that new Shopify store, which tells me that it, so far so good. So I'll report back. Oh, you didn't see it. Look at that. It ain't even working. What? So it ain't even working? But that's what it's supposed to do. So it's supposed to be that the product is like pinned to the videos. But I guess that maybe they put it at convenient times. I don't know. But do enjoy the rest of your day, you guys. This has been great. I always enjoy talking to you all. So have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go work on this blog. And maybe on Thursday, we'll talk about the Amazon Influencer Program because that's my new vibe now. I'm trying to see how can I turn up this Amazon bag. So maybe we'll talk about Amazon Influencer Program on Thursday. But have a great rest of your day. It's been nice. And if you haven't grabbed a copy of my ebook yet, make sure to grab a copy. It is, it's really good. I ain't gonna lie. It's really good. And if it's not good, let me know how I can improve it. So Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to see y'all on Thursday. Twice on Thursday, because I do have a video coming out. And then if you haven't checked out my most recent video, please go ahead and check that out. I talk about I called it how to actually sell your books on Amazon, because I had a lot of people in my comments like, everybody shows us like how to use these design tools, but nobody ever shows us like how do we actually step by step put a book on Amazon. So that's kind of what that video is. And I would really appreciate if you could check it out. Give me a like, give me a comment, and yeah, just let me know what you think about it. But have a great rest of your day. Bye. Thank you, Sherry. I love reading that message every time. I look forward to it. I feel like I can't log off unless I see your message. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.